Welcome to sleep with myth. Close your eyes and let the world fade away. Tonight we drift beyond time, where the moon once was whole, and memory learned how to divide. There was a night older than rivers, older than sorrow, when the moon forgot its shape, not shattered, not broken, divided, like a thought too heavy for one mind to hold. The sky turned silver like quiet frost, and the moon, full and serene, paused as if remembering something it had never said aloud. Then light folded inward, rippled like breath across still water, and the moon split, not into fragments, into selves. 3 perfect circles drifted apart like sisters in silent orbit. The first moon, memory, pale as old love, soft as half-forgotten lullabies. The second moon, shadow, dark as ink on unwritten pages. The third moon, dream, trembling faint as a candle seen through tears. The night held all 3, like a heart learning new rhythms. And the world, that had only ever known one moon, exhaled, startled, reverent, afraid. On the earth below, a girl named Elia stood barefoot in the cold grass, watching the sky as if something inside her was being gently rewritten. She had never known dreams, never once remembered her sleep. But tonight, with 3 moons watching her like silent witnesses, memory arrived like dawn behind her bones, first as warmth, then as ache. She saw a face she did not know and yet mourned, a name she had never spoken and yet tasted like home, a hand that reached for her from a time she had not lived. Ilya fell to her knees, trembling. "What are you?" she whispered, and the moons answered. The first moon lowered a beam like silver rain, soft and heavy with forgotten years. Ilya touched it, and was filled with memories not hers. She stood beneath the ruins of a palace made of night glass. She heard laughter echo through corridors made of wind. She saw herself older, not older, smiling beside someone who wore starlight like a crown. But before she could understand, the light shifted, and despair flooded through her like black water. The second moon rose, not cruel, simply true. It showed what memory hid, fire, a shattered mirror that reflected no one, a scream that had no throat to leave. Ilya gasped, pulling back as if burned. But the third moon dream descended gently like a mother's hand. "Do not run," it whispered without words. "To know is to become." Its light wrapped around her like sleep finally allowed. And in that dream-soft glow, Ilya understood. The moons were not separate. They were one story told 3 different ways. Memory, shadow, dream, truth divided so it could be carried. The wind changed, slow, warning. Across the horizon, a 4th shape flickered, a sliver like a missing piece returning. A forgotten moon, faint, feral, unclaimed. The sky trembled under its approach, for it was not memory, shadow, nor dream. It was something older, something hungry. The night breathed in. Ilya stood, light gathering at her fingertips like new language. She did not understand what was coming, but she felt it, a return, a reckoning, a reunion too long denied. And above her, for moons held the sky like a poem unfinished. The forgotten moon drew closer. It did not shine like the others. This light was uneven, flickering, aching, as though it had been wandering alone for centuries, without sky or memory to hold it. Ilya lifted her face. 3 moons watched her from above, steady, silent. But the 4th trembled like a wounded animal, searching for a name. It descended through the night like a lost thought, finally remembered. Grass bowed beneath its pale gravity. Shadows twisted into shapes that resembled old dreams. The air smelled of rain that had never fallen. "What are you?" Ilya whispered, and the moons answered. The first moon spoke memory, soft voice like pages turning on their own. "We remember everything. We hold the past. Every sorrow, every joy. We keep what the world forgets." The second moon shadow, voice like ink spreading through water. "We hold what truth conceals. We are what memory denies. We are the wound beneath reflection." The third moon dream, breath like sleep's warm tide. "We shape the future like clay. We turn ache into story. We promise what has not yet come." Their lights braided like threads of one soul, pulled into 3. Then the 4th moon finally spoke. This voice had no single tone, but 3 echoes woven around something older. "I am the night before memory. I am the sleep dream abandoned. I am the shadow that existed before light. Brightened not light, but awareness, a crescent, fierce, fragile, scarred like a remembrance that never healed. I am origin." The sky trembled. Visions surged behind Ilya's eyes. The moon whole, serene and infinite. A war in silence, truth and shadow refusing to yield. Dream trying to heal what memory refused to release. Origin refusing division. The split was not accident. It was survival. One moon could not bear the entire weight of knowing, so it fractured into 3, sealing origin deep within the forgotten dark. Until tonight, origin drifted low, like a heart returned to its pulse. "You carry what we lost," it said. "Return us to one." Memory trembled. "We would drown her in remembrance." Shadow hissed. "We would smother her in truth." Dream whispered soft. "We would unmake her in possibility." Origin replied only, "Then let her choose." Ilya stepped forward, for moons orbiting her like thoughts around decision. Memory on her right, warm ache. Shadow on her left, sharp honesty. Dream ahead, horizon unformed. Origin behind, ancient pulse. Their light braided around her like destiny unfurling. The night held still. Ilya raised her hand. The sky bent. What she chooses next will shape the world beneath 4 moons. Or 1. The world held its breath. For moons circled above Ilya like thoughts suspended in twilight. Memory warm as old candle flame. Shadow sharp as ink beneath skin. Dream trembling like a future not yet born. And origin pulsing like a heart too ancient to sleep. Their light braided around her, a soft crown of silver, black, blue, and something unnamed. She stood at the center of night's pulse, small as a seed, yet carrying the weight of worlds. One choice could unify, one choice could fracture forever, one choice could rewrite the moon. Ilya closed her eyes. The wind fell silent, as though even existence waited for her pulse. The first moon memory descended. Warm rain of forgotten laughter, soft voices, and starlight childhood. You will never be lost, it whispered. Choose us, and your soul will always know where it began. Ilya almost reached out, but then shadow rose. The second moon shadow spoke truth without mercy. We show what memory hides. Choose us, and the world will see itself without disguise. No comfort, only honesty. Ilya trembled. Both futures waited like hands extended. Then came dream. The third moon shone like a quiet horizon. We promise what has not yet come. Choose us, and the world will evolve into what you dare to imagine. Hope filled her lungs like new snow, but something older stirred. Origin arrived. The fourth moon, Origin, brightened like raw creation. I am the night before memory. I am the sleep dream abandoned. Choose me, and restore the first sky. Unity, power, danger, wholeness that could consume or remake worlds. Ilya trembled beneath infinite potential. She understood. No moon should rule alone. Not memory, shadow, dream, or origin. Wholeness was not singular. It was balance. Ilya lifted both hands. I choose all of you. The sky split open like silk. Light from memory. Dark from shadow. Blue from dream. White from origin. They braided into Ilya's chest like threads forging a star. Not destruction. Fusion. A new moon unfolded overhead. A four-petaled lunar blossom. Memory silver. Shadow violet black. Dream blue gold. Origin first light white. For truths. One sky. Ilya rose from the ground. Voice tremoring like new constellations. I am the keeper of four moons. Not ruler bridge. The world exhaled. Night bloomed. Memories multiplied gently, like flowers across eternity. A harmony that had never existed before. The four-petaled moon bloomed above the world, and reality trembled like glass beneath a new melody. Its petals pulsed softly. Memory silver warmth. Shadow violet sorrow. Dream blue gold possibility. Origin white first light. And from that bloom, night poured down like luminous rain. Not harsh, not holy, just true. In the villages below, people stirred from sleep. A woman remembered two weddings. One lived, one unlived. A child saw themselves old and laughing beside oceans not yet reached. An elder gasped, for he remembered a youth he never lived. Memories braided like constellations always present, never seen. Some wept, some laughed, some knelt in grass and asked why their heart held 3 lifetimes. Above them the moonflower glowed, like a book opening to a new page. Ilya felt it all. She lived three selves at once. The child she was, the woman she would be, the stranger she might never become. Beautiful, overwhelming, origins surged. They drown in abundance. Let me take what they cannot bear. Memory trembled. If they forget, nothing grows. Shadow. If they remember all, nothing heals. Dream. Balance must breathe, not bind. Their voices clashed inside her like four tides. The keeper fractured. The moonflower brightened too fast. Light spilling like flood. People held their heads. Memories looping, multiplying. Dream bled into day. Shadow into laughter. Forgotten love returned in strangers. No screams, only shivering. Ilya collapsed, for forces tearing through bone and breath. She could not hold for forever. The moon flickered. Shadow thickened. Origin pulsed like thunder. Let me lead. Memory pleaded. Let us stay whole. Dream wept. Not by force. Ilya whispered. I need stillness. Night heard. Moonflower dimmed to silence. Balance paused. Hung like a teardrop unshed. Ilya stood small again. Power waited. Not to divide. Not to consume. But to be directed. Memory, shadow, dream, origin. Hovered like petals around her soul. Not fighting, asking, which moon will remain? The night inhaled, world holding breath. Soon the sky would change. One moon, many moons, or something new. The choice was hers. She opened her eyes. The world slept beneath a silent moon. No glow, no pulse. Just a vast dark sky holding one long breath. People dreamed in spirals. Three memories curling like smoke. One lived, one lost, one never become. Ilya rose like morning standing inside night. Her heart held for lights. Memory silver, shadow violet, dream blue gold, origin white. Petals of a moon yet unnamed. The night asked softly, what shall the sky be? Not destiny, permission. The moons waited like seasons. Memory warm as belonging. Shadow sharp with truth. Dream bright with future. Origin vast with beginning. Ilya breathed. One moon breaks. For moons fracture, neither is balance. Origin stirred. Then what? Ilya looked at the whole sky. Wholeness isn't merging. Many isn't dividing. The moon must change, like hearts do. She lifted both hands, gathered for lights like threads of dawn, and shaped a cycle. The moonflower dissolved, then formed anew. Not one moon, not many, a moon that could transform. It pulsed once silver, once violet, once blue gold, once white, then settled into shifting glow. No longer fixed, fluid. People woke gently. A woman remembered one child she lost, and the one she raised, both real. A man carried fewer winters of regret. A child dreamed oceans and now felt waves. Pain remained, but did not rule. Hope remained, but did not blind. Memory healed. Shadow softened. Dream steadied. Origin rested. Balance lived. Yet origin whispered, What of me? Ilya touched her heart. You are not past or future. You are the moment between. Origin quieted. Spark kept for beginnings. Dawn rose beside the moon, not replacing, but accompanying. Ilya did not become goddess or moon. She became bridge. The moon chose memory for its first cycle. Tomorrow another face. The world turned balanced, alive. The moon no longer ruled. It flowed. Memory one dusk. Shadow the next. Dream on a softer night. Origin only when the world needed to begin again. People lived in rhythm with it. Like breathing, memory shaped the heart. Shadow shaped honesty. Dream shaped direction. Origin shaped courage. Children did not fear night. They asked what the moon wished to say. Farmers sowed under dream. Old lovers forgave under shadow. Historians wrote poetry under memory. And on rare origin nights the world started over. Balance became natural, not forced. Ilya walked through this new world quietly. Not worshipped, not crowned, known. The keeper of 4 moons. She guided when asked, listened when the sky trembled, knelt beside grief and reminded it to breathe. She told children that beginnings were not trapped in the past. She carried for skies inside her pulse. And when she slept, the moon shifted to match her breathing. Balance lived because she lived. But time is a river even moons must enter. One dawn Ilya awoke, with light in her palms. Not borrowed, but her own. The 4 moons gathered around her like petals returning to seed. She understood. She had been bridge, until the world learned to hold itself. She walked to the first hill she ever lifted her eyes to the moons. Her hair shimmered silver, violet, blue gold, and at the roots white like beginnings. She opened her hands, not to command, to release. The moon brightened, not 1, not 4, but cycle given freedom. Memory shadow dream origin memory, shifting like breath. The world no longer needed a keeper. Ilya smiled, peace like tide behind ribs. She shimmered, light to wind, wind to song. Her whisper moved across every sleeping heart. Remember, but gently. Dream but kindly. Begin but softly, and let night breathe. She became part of the sky she healed. The moon glowed soft that night, memory chosen for the cycle. Old scars loosened, rivers carried stories. The sky did not blaze or break, it exhaled, and the world learned to breathe with it. Thank you for listening to Sleep with Myth. May your nights shift like the moon. Memory, shadow, dream, or beginning, whichever you need. The end.